sakes. Why we have all this cancer-filled oil here? Where is all the good oils like soybean oil or canola oil? Not this disgusting oil. You know what? This is enough. It ends here. Hello, I'm Karen. Today we're gonna talk about Malaysia's palm oil that has taken over our stores. Facts about palm oil you have to know. Palm oil is the main source of cancer as the ingredient inside it are carcinogenic. Second, the process of making palm oil is cruel to human beings. Malaysia is using forced labor for the plantation of palm oil tree. Lastly, the whole thing is bad for our mother nature as palm oil plantation leads to forest burning. Thanks to that, a lot of flora and fauna lost their habitats because of Malaysia greediness. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wholeheartedly plead that we should ban Malaysia's palm oil. Thank you. I wholeheartedly plead that we should ban Malaysia's palm oil.
Malaysia is currently facing a lot of scandals regarding its palm oil industry. It all started when a famous TikToker uploaded a TikTok about palm oil. Research has been conducted, but the public is pushing for Malaysia's palm oil to be banned from this country. Who knows what will happen to the future of palm oil?
We have been investigating the issue of palm oils, and we will propose an international conference with Malaysia and the opposition, Americans and Europeans representatives to solve this issue. A hot-going issue regarding the morals and qualities of Malaysian palm oils is at the peak of discussion globally. As the United Nations, it is time for us to discuss diplomatically and come up with a logical solution. Without further ado, let's start with the American representative to elaborate their stance.
The Honorable Board for giving us a chance to speak out about the ugly truth of Malaysia's palm oil. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? Are you aware that palm oil causes cancer? This is because saturated fatty acids such as palmitic acid found in the palm oil. It can promote the expression of genes associated with tumor metastasis. Although fatty acids are essential for health, however, it can alter metabolism and the uptake of fatty acids is a hallmark of metastasis. Based on Prof. Salvador Aznar Benita of the Institute for Research in Biomedicine RIB in Barcelona, there is something very special about palmitic acid that make it an extremely potent promoter of metastasis. I think it is too early to determine which type of diet could be consumed by patients with metastatic cancer that will slow down the metastatic process. What do you have to say about this?
Let's be honest, all types of oil can cause cancer if taken excessively. I do not need to quote a professional to defend this fact, as I am sure everyone knows this. Even your so-called healthy oil, soybean oil is not excluded. What makes our palm oil special from the rest is that it has high levels of carotenoid, which can inhibit the growth of cancer and has antioxidant properties. Other than cancer, palm oil also prevents cardiovascular complications like plaque formation in the blood vessel. This is because it contains vitamin E and ubiquinone. Also, you should take note of the American diet that loves to eat fried food. You should be happy that palm oil contains 50% saturated fats and 50% unsaturated fats, making it a combination that is a stable frying medium that can withstand high heat. The usual cooking oil in the market contains high levels of unsaturated fats and is unstable for high temperature frying. In conclusion, it is a myth that palm oil can directly cause cancer. In fact, it has tons of other benefits in health. With that, I raise my case.
Dear people of the globe, do not be swayed by their words, as they cannot hide the fact that Malaysian governments would rather destroy Mother Earth for their own profits. Ladies and gentlemen, they clear out the land to make vast monoculture oil palm plantations by burning trees. Just imagine how many endangered species have lost their habitats. If not, there won't be issues of Malayan tigers, I mean your own national animal, spotted in highways, right? Other than that, I know that burning forests is basically the easiest and laziest way for you to clear plants in the forest. And thanks to you, we'll have haze problem for years. The burning of these forests releases smoke and carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, polluting the air and contributing to climate changes. The smoke and haze from these blazes have health consequences throughout Southeast Asia. So, in conclusion, the matter remains that Malaysia's production of oil palm has more consequences than pros regarding Mother Nature.
Do not fret, as the things delivered by the opposition is only hocus pocus. In modernization and urbanization, it is undeniable that we have to sacrifice our land for our future. However, Malaysia has organizations that aim to minimize the damage, yet we get to reap the benefits. But I'm sure you are asking how. Our National Forestry Act 1984 has gazetted 4 million hectares as permanent forest reserve for environmental and social economy purposes. We already have reserve area for palm oil plantation which are managed by Malaysian Palm Oil Board, MPOB. If you are saying there are no more habitat for flora and fauna, oh, you are making ignorant claims. As an innovative developed country, we have to think further so that we could duduk sama rendah, berdiri sama tinggi with other nations. That is why our farmers are encouraged to do integrated farming with palm oil to maximize utilization. Lastly, if you want to mention health, you cut the wrong country, sir.
So, how about this? How do you explain the illegal human trafficking and the excessive forced labor among immigrants? For years, you have exploited the working conditions of these poor immigrants. You used unethical and deceptive recruitment to lure workers into your palm oil plantations. Their vulnerability is taken for granted. In fact, there is also the issue of the employers who don't pay their workers. Don't you realize that this is an act of violation of human rights? You said you are a developed country. However, how can you allow this to happen? Moreover, what's the use of having so much land just for palm oil plantations? Instead of doing something so useless, why don't you plant shopping plants that you can process to make more products not limited to cooking oil only? All in all, Malaysia's palm oil plantations not just cruel and violating human rights, but it is also a waste of space.
I see where are you coming from, but the Malaysian government actually takes this issue very seriously. The United States restricts the inclusion of national palm oil without referring to Malaysia, the validity of the forced labor consumers in the industry. So stop making false claims to make a point. For your information, the Ministry of Human Resources has launched the National Forced Labor Action Plan to address issues related to forced labor in the country. It aims to raise awareness, enforcement, labor migration and access to remedies and protection for victims. Based on your statement, Malaysia has been exploiting the poor immigrant into harsh work conditions, but you must realize that the contract between the foreign workers and employers is voluntary. Besides that, It is funny you think that we should plant soybean while soy oil production holds second place in the production of vegetable oil with 25.5% yield production while occupying 39% of the land. In contrast to that, palm oil plantation only takes 8.6% of land yet managed to produce 36% yield. In other words, palm oil industry is much more efficient than what you think. That numbers don't lie. That is why we are number one.
Itu hangat sekali perbincangan antara dua pihak, iaitu daripada Amerika Syarikat dan juga daripada Malaysia. Ya, sudah terang lagi kan bersuluh bak sinaran mentari menyinari kegelapan bahawa pihak Malaysia telah memberikan statistik dan alibi yang jelas lagi kan terperinci. Maka dengan ini, tidak dinafikan lagi bahawa pihak daripada Malaysia telah menyerai diskusi mengenai industri minyak kelapa sawit ini. Namun begitu, masa telah mencemburui kita dan saya mengakhiri majlis ini dengan wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.